Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at crackedfemalcode.com. Okay, so let's get right into it. So today's message is about there's something that women will do and men completely misunderstand it. And one thing I want to say is none of this is your fault, and it's not her fault either. We are just wired in the complete opposite way from each other for everything, even for discussing things or expressing ourselves. And her mating system is turned on in the opposite way than yours is, and I'll do another video on that and do my best to explain that. And essentially, on accident, just because we're wired differently, is we drive each other nuts, we frustrate each other, we get angry, we get pissed, we don't feel like we're loved. You know, one thing is I think guys don't understand is like women do not receive love from you. And you're going, what do you mean? I love her all the time. And you know what? You're right. I agree with you. But it has to be done in a very specific way. It has to be done in what's called the female way, the internal way. If it's not done that way, you could buy a Ferrari, a house, 2 houses, $1 million mansion or $10 million mansion. It's nice, but that's like sugar. It's like a quick high and then it drops. She needs something very specifically that I teach in my core course, Crack the Female Code. So, how do I explain this? Okay, so it's a really short thing. I'll just make it real quick. When a woman is arguing and fighting, and she's fighting with you, there's kind of a key word there, with. Believe it or not, but she's fighting for you. It seems like she's fighting against you, though, doesn't it? So, when a woman's still in love with you, when she still is like, hey, we can make this work, she will fight, she will argue, she will yell. She's trying to get a message across. She's either trying to motivate you, saying, hey, we need to get this done, or she's saying, look, we're having problems in this relationship and we need to fix them. The problem is she's speaking a foreign language. It's called the right brain internal language, but she doesn't know that you don't speak this language. And this is the most frustrating thing in the world to women. She's yelling, she's screaming, and they're like, well, like, what's wrong? And women, I'm telling you, women say this all the time to me. They're like, what's wrong with men? Are they stupid? Do they not know how to speak English? No, it's every man in every country in every language. It's not the core language that's the problem, meaning English or Spanish or German. It's the 2 sub-languages. The external left brain logical linear male language versus the right brain internal female language. Now here's the deal. She doesn't know that she doesn't know. She doesn't know that you don't know. She's just looking at you like, God, are men? And they do. I'm telling you guys, women think, and this because they say this all this time. Here's how a woman said to me after she took my course. She goes, wow, I thought men were either stupid or there was something missing in their brain. And what it turns out is we're speaking 2 different languages using 2 different processors that give 2 completely different meanings to the same core language. So let's say English. So when she processes English through her right brain, she's saying A, but you bring it through the left brain processor and it changes the meaning to every word she just said. And now you truly believe that she's saying B when she's actually saying A, and you guys will argue to death over this. So if I can get you into your right brain to speak the internal language, number 1, she will understand you. It's also the relationship brain. It's the brain you're supposed to be in when you're with your spouse. So technically, women are very, very right about this. But you still don't really even know what this is, because it takes me hours to teach this to you. So again, briefly, the part where she said, I just figured they're the stupid, and here's what I'm talking about, or there's something missing in their brain, and she kind of hit it on the head. Your mating system is in the lower reptilian brain, as is hers. It's in the same place. But you have a nerve or set of nerves that connect to the optic nerve that connect to your eyes. So you get turned on sexually, visually through your eyes. And you're like, well, so do they. No, they don't. Her mating system has a nerve that curves off to her right brain's communication center. So what men don't know, they're like, why do women talk so much? Because it turns her on. This is why women love to talk. You turn a woman on through her ears. You turn a man on through his eyes. Men like visual porno. We like to look at Playboy magazine, Hustler magazine, Pornhub, visual. We're looking at the woman's body. Whereas women, they want to hear. They do auditory porno. Now you're thinking like a male, oh, okay, so I just got to talk dirty. No, that'll turn her off. You're like, well, I thought you said they like auditory porno. Not in the left brain direct language. It has to be done in the indirect language, in the right brain language, which is symbolic. It sounds extremely polite, like you're talking about a valley and a bee and a flower, but it's extremely erotic. But you have to be able to understand the symbolism. Now I'm going to give you an example. There was a song in college. I'll go really fast. In the beginning, you have to just do the beat with the words. It's really boring. So we went, the boy goes deep in the valley. And all the girls, including the female teacher, busted up laughing. And I'm like, can we just get through with this? Because the first 3 weeks, all you do is this boy, dun, 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 the boy. So it's boring. But to women, because it's XXX rated right brain ear porno, they're just getting turned on. Their nipples are hard. I'm not kidding. Their nipples were freaking hard. So we started all over, and then we're going, the boy goes deep in the valley. And they started busting up again, laughing, and I go, God, can we just get through it? And we're getting really pissed. So then they did it again. We went a little further, and we got to the bee. The bee goes into the flower, and they started busting up. And I'm like, God damn it, can we just get through this? And finally, the head teacher at college, it was at college choir class, she goes, guys, don't you get it? Because we were all pissed. And we're like, get what? And I said, it's a boring song from like, I don't know what, a boring Germanic song that's from like the 1800s or 1500s or something. Like, I hated it. So years later, I learned about this indirect language. Well, the boy going in the valley is not the boy, and the valley's not the valley. The boy is the penis, and the valley is the vagina. The bee is not a bee. The bee symbolizes the penis, and the flower is the vagina. So then it goes on talking about how the bee is licking the nectar of the flower, and the girls are laughing, and their nipples are hard. I'm going, and they're squirming, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? They were getting turned on. Remember, her mating system has a nerve that curves off to, now here's the key word, right brain's communication center. Not the left brain, because guys speak the logical left language. That actually turns women off. If you do it when you're with a woman, it forces her to go to her left brain to use the same processor as yours to understand you, and now you just disconnected her from her mating system, and thus, not only did you turn her off, you literally put yourself into the friend zone. The left brain is the in the box brain, so now you put yourself in the box. And forevermore, she will never be attracted to you. And you did it. So a married woman, or a woman in a long-term relationship, or young lady, she's fighting for this romance. She's fighting for you to love her in this special hidden way. And she hasn't given up on you. So she gets mad about the groceries. She gets mad about the lawn, the garbage. She's not mad about the garbage not being taken out. She's not mad about the lawn. She's mad because she feels like you don't care enough about her to connect with her emotionally from your heart to her heart, because you're in your left brain, you're up in your head. And guys, that's not love to a woman. That's not love even to you. So she loves you enough to hold on to you for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, hoping that someday, magically, it's not even magic. They're just like, why won't he love me? And this is what, how many times have you heard a woman say, oh, men, they don't love women. They don't care about us. My husband, my ex-husband, my boyfriend, my first boyfriend in high school, they just won't love me. I don't like, is there something wrong with me? Like, why won't men love women? It's because we can't love them in the female way until you take my course, Crack the Female Code, because this reveals it. It's not an easy course. You're going to have to practice different things over and over and over. And then once you get good at that, you go to the next one, then the next one. And eventually it starts to become fun. And this is what a woman is looking for in a relationship. You can't pay for it. You can't buy it. You can't give her a gift. You can't give her a dozen roses. All that stuff, it's nice, but it's not love to a woman. This hidden language and this hidden communication, this is what love is to a woman. So in this book, Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, I teach as best as I can this internal awareness, because this is what women are drawn to. That's why the book is called Get the Girl and Keep the Girl, because this is how you do it. So if a woman is arguing and fighting with you and kind of complaining and, being bitchy, etc., she's fighting for you. She's fighting for your relationship. She's fighting for love. It's when she goes quiet, when all of a sudden she stops arguing, she stops fighting. And for men, this is when the relationship starts to finally feel good, because there's no more yelling, there's no more screaming, she's not bitching, she's not complaining. Like, wow, things are... And your buddy's like, hey man, how's it going with your wife? And you're like, man, things have been going pretty well for a while. Haven't gotten into an argument in 2 or 3 weeks or a month or whatever. And they're like, wow, good for you, man. And one of the other guys like, yeah, my wife's just a battle axe. She won't let down that freaking axe, man. His wife is still fighting for him. So that battle axe is doing the best she can to save the marriage. And then about a month later, you come to work and you're sad, and the guy's like, hey, what's going on? And you're like, my wife just filed for divorce. And they're like, what are you talking about? I thought everything was going good. And you're like, so did I. And that's what I said to her. And she's like, what are you talking about? So men will say it came out of left field. Everything was going great and she just dropped this bomb. It doesn't make any sense. And then your buddies are like, yeah, women are so weird. They're just so all over the place. And yet she's going, what are you talking about? I bitched and moaned and complained about this for freaking over a year, 2 years. Like, what do you mean this came out of left field? Because you're like, I thought everything was going fine. Like, I thought we got over all that. And now she doesn't say this, but if she realized what had shifted was, I stopped fighting for us. And you took that as everything was going good when it was me giving up. I couldn't take it anymore. So essentially, she believes that there must be something wrong with you, or you just don't care enough about her to love her. And she can't figure out why you won't love her, because she doesn't understand that we're wired differently. She assumes that you're just like her, and so do you. So sadly, she believes she's going to leave you and find another man, because obviously men know how to do this. For some reason, you either won't, or you don't know how, or there's something wrong with your brain. When I say obviously, I mean that's what she's thinking. It's not true, but she's like that. Her mom, her sisters, her friends are like that, so everyone else is like that, but she didn't make the connection that it's just women. So this is why she'll be very angry, and she'll have nothing but hate for you, because it's like you won't love her. That's what she's experiencing. It's not true. The problem is you don't know how to love her in the way that a woman needs to be loved. That's why she was fighting. She was trying to get you to love her, and she was desperate inside, and it fucking hurt her. But you actually didn't do anything. But she doesn't know that, and you don't know what's going on, so it's a big mess. She's going to go to the next guy, and in a year or two, she's going to be like, what the hell? Why is it? Well, fuck this. I'm not going to go through this for 10 years again. And then she leaves him and finds another guy, and after a while, women are like, oh, men are just assholes. Now they think it's all men. Because in a way it is, but what they don't realize is we've been loving them the whole time, but they couldn't receive it because their brain's wired in a different way. What I am telling you is there is an absolute answer. It is very specific. I break it down, and you'll be one of the few men on the planet that know how to do this. This is a power that you never even imagined. It is a whole new world to women will open up to you. Like, you will understand women in every facet. It's what women have been begging for. It's what women have been screaming about for thousands and thousands of years. You'll be able to seduce women, attract women, pull women to you, pick women up. You'll be able to turn women on in a way that melts her heart. This is what passion is to a woman. That male stuff is nothing. If you really want to understand women, buy my package, get the ultimate package, read the book Crack the Female Code, then read Get the Girl, Keep the Girl, then come in and take the course. I promise you, you're going to see something that's been right in front of your face your entire life and you missed it. If you like this video, click subscribe, click the like button, go ahead and make a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.